In a quiet village called Amanato in Uday local government area, there once lived a boy named Wiskid. People used to say he was born poor because his generation was cursed. Even the land of the village was against them. He didn't understand what they meant, not until the day he sold his shadow. Like this video and subscribe because you are going to know how and why Wiskid sold his shadow. Wiskid was the third of 7 children. His father died when he was only 9. His mother struggled to raise them, selling firewood by the roadside. Each day, Wiskid passed by rich homes on his way to fetch water. The gates of those houses shone like mirrors. Their dogs ate better than his whole family. He often wondered what their fathers did differently, and why life punished his own. By the time he turned 17, Wiskid made a silent promise. He would never die poor. He didn't care how. One evening, near the old market, he met a man who would change everything. The man was quiet, well-dressed, and clean. He called himself Mr. Jarrow. He told Wiskid he bought things people didn't value, things they never knew could make them rich. Wiskid laughed, thinking it was a joke. But Jarrow looked him straight in the eyes and said, "What if I told you even your shadow has a price?" That night, Wiskid couldn't sleep. The thought kept echoing in his mind. He had nothing, no land, no job, no future. So when he saw the man again the next day, he followed him. Jarrow spoke softly, almost kindly. "All I need is your shadow," he said. "Just a little ritual. Nothing harmful. You'll be rich before sunrise." Wiskid didn't understand what that meant, but when the man showed him bundles of money, more than he had ever seen, his hunger and pain drowned every doubt. He told himself, "It's just a shadow. Everyone has one." That night, Jarrow took him to a shrine at the edge of town. The air inside was still and cold. He placed a lamp behind Wiskid and whispered words in a language he couldn't recognize. Then the native doctor told Wiskid to step forward. When Wiskid did, his shadow stayed where it was. It didn't move. It was like something had been left behind. Jarrow smiled, handed him the money, and the native doctor said, "From now on, walk in the light carefully. You belong to no one, not even the sun." When Wiskid returned home, his mother cried at the sight of the money. "Where did you get this?" she asked. He lied. He said he found work in town. With the money, they built a small house. His siblings started school. For the first time, the family ate well. People began calling him Wiskid the Blessed, but not for long. Soon, people began to stare at him. Children whispered. Dogs barked when he passed. When he stood under the sun, people said he looked strange, like air. At first, he ignored them. He was rich. He didn't care. Then one evening, his little sister came home crying because of what people were saying about her brother. Their mother had collapsed. At the hospital, the doctor said she called Wiskid's name 3 times before she died. Her last words were, "Tell him he cannot buy peace." After the burial, Wiskid sat alone for hours. When he looked down, he thought about how people were gossiping about him. Some said he was the one who killed his mother. He also remembered the message from his mother before she died. He ran back to the market, searching for Jarrow to take him to the native doctor. But Mr. Jarrow was not there, and no one knew him. The shop where they had first met was gone, burned down long ago. From that day, Wiskid began to feel cold, even in the heat. At night, he saw something terrifying, his own shape moving on the wall, without him. He tried to pray, but nothing came out. He realized then what had really happened. The man hadn't bought his shadow. He had bought his peace, his laughter, his rest, his dreams. The money kept coming, but it meant nothing. He bought cars, land, even helped build a church. But inside, he felt like a man buried alive. Years passed. One afternoon, Wiskid saw a young boy begging by the same road where he once stood. The boy was thin, barefoot, and hungry, just like he had been. When the boy looked up, he said, "Sir, even your shadow doesn't follow you. Are you sick?" Wiskid froze. That night, he sat alone in the dark, unable to move. He finally understood. He had tried so hard to escape poverty that he gave away the only thing that proved he was still human. That night, he gathered all his money and burned it behind his house. The flames danced, but he still cast no shadow. He cried until morning. The next day, villagers found him sitting by the road, his eyes open but empty. He was alive, but he never spoke again. Now, people say that when the sun is low, a man can still be seen sitting under the tree near the old market, his hands open, his face full of tears, but no shadow falls beside him. And if you ever pass that road at sunset, don't stop, because they say he's still waiting for someone who's desperate enough to take his place. But now ask yourself, what would you give up if someone promised to make you rich overnight? Could you still live with yourself if you lost the one thing that made you human? And what if your own shadow was already trying to leave you? If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because in the next story, you'll learn what happens to those who try to buy peace with their soul.